Good morning, everyone. I am Madeline Carillo Berhami. Today, our group, which is Group 3, are going to report or discuss the Lesson 8 Models of Curriculum Evaluation. How should you go about evaluating curriculum? Several experts have proposed different models describing how and what should be involved in evaluating a curriculum. Models are useful because they help us define the parameters of an evaluation, what concepts to study, and the procedures to be used to extract important data. Numerous evaluation models have been proposed, but only three models we are going to discuss based on the notes. These three models are CIPP model, which is Context Input Process Product model, Stakes Countenance model, and Eisner's connoisseurship model. So first, let us talk about CIPP model. But before that, what is curriculum? Curriculum can be defined as the planned and guided learning experiences and intended outcomes, formulated through the systematic reconstruction of knowledge and experiences under the auspices of the school for the learner's continuous and willful growth and personal social competence, which is according to Tanner 1980. Curriculum can also be defined as all the planned learning opportunities offered by the organization to learners and the experiences learners encounter when the curriculum is implemented. This includes those activities that educators have devised for learners which are invariably represented in the form of a written document, which is according to Print 1993. So, what is evaluation? Evaluation is a systematic and objective assessment of an ongoing or completed project, program, or policy, its design, implementation, and results with the aim of determining its relevance and fulfillment of objectives, efficiency, effectiveness, impact, and sustainability. United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. So evaluation is the process as collecting data on a program to determine its value or worth with the aim of deciding whether to adapt, reject, or revise the program. What is curriculum evaluation? Curriculum evaluation is an attempt to toss light on two questions. First, do planned courses, programs, activities, and learning opportunities as developed and organized actually produce desired results? Second, how can the curriculum offerings best be improved? What is a model? Models are likened to myths and metaphors, which helps us make senses of our world. A model offers its user a means of comprehending an otherwise incomprehensible problem. Theory explains the process and philosophical foundation of a matter and also sought to find answer to the question, why? Models describes a process and the underpinning conceptual framework of a matter, and also sought to answer to the question, how? So what does CIPP model of curriculum evaluation mean? CIPP model is propounded in 1971. It came as a consensus of the Phi Delta Committee that was chaired by Daniel Staffelbeam in 1971. The approach, when applied to education, aims to determine if a particular educational effort has resulted in a positive change in school, college, university, or training organization. A major aspect of the Staffelbeam's model is centered on the decision making or an act of making up one's mind about the program introduced. CIPP focused more on decision making at each stages of the curriculum processes. The CIPP model is a comprehensive framework for guiding evaluations of programs, projects, personnel, products, institutions, and systems. For evaluations to be done correctly and aid in the decision making process, curriculum evaluators have tools. First, delineate what is to be evaluated and determine what information that has to be collected. For example, how effective has the new science program has been in enhancing the scientific thinking skills of children in the primary grades. Second is to obtain or collect the information using selected techniques and methods. For example, interview teachers, collect test scores of students. Third is to provide or make available the information in the form of tables, graphs to interested parties to decide whether to maintain, modify, or eliminate the new curriculum or program. Information is obtained by conducting the following four types of evaluation: the context, input, process, and product. Staff-Beam's model of evaluation relies on both formative and summative evaluation to determine the overall effectiveness of curriculum program. Evaluation is required at all levels of the program implemented. But before that, what does CIPP stands for? CIPP stands for C for context, I for input, P for process, and another P for product. So context. It is about studying the context in which the curriculum is used. The purpose is to assess what is happening and examine why needs of the stakeholders may not be met. Common activities at this stage include the following: physical environment, philosophical foundations of the curriculum, determine stakeholders, background of the context. So context belongs to formative evaluation in Staff-Beam's model of evaluation. Input. Input is about determining whether there are adequate resources to conduct an evaluation. Evaluators look at the goals and strategies of the evaluation. If there are concerns, other approaches may be suggested in order to evaluate the curriculum. In many ways, this is when the methodology of the evaluation is checked rigorously. Common questions assessed at this level include the following: do goals and objectives align? Are teaching strategies suitable? That's why input belongs to formative evaluation. Process. Whereas context and process take place before implementation, process evaluation takes place during implementation. At this stage, evaluators examine if the plan is actually happening in the classroom. Evaluators look for defects in the implementation or use of the curriculum. Whatever problems are identified, strategies are developed to address them. Normally, process happens at a pilot stage before a larger implementation. For example, the algebra teachers might experiment with a new teaching approach before using it in the entire math department at a school. In many ways, process evaluation is formative evaluation. Product. The product stage involves collecting data to make a decision about the curriculum. Information is gathered to see how well the curriculum is meeting objectives. From this decision are made. The product stage is really a type of summative evaluation. So Staff-Beam's model involves analyzing the context and the appropriateness of the curriculum to this context. From there, a formative and summative evaluation is used to assess the impact of the curriculum among the stakeholders. This practical model is useful for educators who are seeking ways to examine the various programs under their care. So that's all for my part. And now, I will give the floor to Ms. Erika Lumayag to continue discussing the CIPP model. That's all, and thank you for listening.